Before we dive into everything that I'm going to talk about in this video, I'm just going to go ahead and let it be out there. I'm going to try and remain calm while doing this, and if I get pissed in the middle of recording, it's staying in. So yeah, let's talk. First of all, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I don't know if some people are returning or some people are new here. Either way, happy to have you. Hope you enjoy. I know you're supposed to kind of try and refrain from like curse words and, you know, bad language at the beginning of videos and stuff, and I don't really know how the N-word plays within the algorithm as far as like titles go, but I'm just gonna, I hate broke niggas.
There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
You ain't nothing but a broke boy.
Get your broke ass. Sir, I don't think you can talk to a customer.
I don't have to work anymore. Yes, you fucking do. Someone has to cook the fries, dumbass. You're broke!
To me, there is only one thing in this world worse than the broke nigga, and that's two of them.
Niggas make me nauseous. I had enough of broke boys.
And before somebody who's watching this who's very reactionary or media illiterate, before you hop in the comments and you're like, I can't believe you would say something so ignorant about... Shut the fuck up. Just for clarification before we go any further, I'm not talking about poor people, because everybody's poor in this economy. Hell, I'm poor as fuck. When I say that a person is broke, is because it has the implication that this person needs to be fixed. And those type of people are the people that I'm fed the fuck up with. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. First instance that we're going to hop into is some shit that happened to me a few months back. One of my homegirls had hit me up in a time of need, asked me for, I want to say like $20. And no, reactionary nigga, this isn't a video about me ranting about some woman asking me for $20 fucking dollars. Like, that's not that deep. The things that preceded it is where the real issue lies. So my homegirl, who has a boyfriend, which I'll get into later, she asked me for this $20. And I do my signature trick to ensure that niggas don't ask me for money. So in this instance, I give this girl the money, but you know, like in Cash App where you can say what the money is for and stuff, I'm pretty sure I said like for that WAP or like some gross shit. And I do this to make people uncomfortable, especially ones in relationships, because I don't think niggas should be that comfortable asking me for fucking money. I'm poor. I'm not even comfortable asking my own mother for money, so you shouldn't be that comfortable coming to me for shit. So I send her the money, whatever. I go back to being a ghost, to have all my notifications turned off and stuff. I'm really blocked out from the world, doing my own thing. Months later, I open my Cash App and I see a Cash App request from her man for $1. And in the for section for this request, it says, and I quote, "Gee, don't Cash App my bitch about no WAP." And this is the part where I started to like heat up, because it's fuck niggas like you that really just get me out of character. Let's reel it back in. See, because my issue with broke niggas is y'all never have fucking money, but y'all always have the audacity to talk to somebody some kind of fucking way. And another issue that I fucking have, don't expect me to respect your relationship if you calling the person you with a bitch. Especially if it's a homegirl that I'm cool with and I'll go way back with, because at this point, you're disrespecting her and you're disrespecting me, pressing me on some stupid shit like this. So instead of getting your panties in a bunch about a nigga Cash Apping your bitch for a watch, you should go find another bitch that you can afford. And this is why I call you niggas broke, because you niggas need fixing. You should be fucking embarrassed at the fact that someone has to send you your girl money. And I said I was gonna try and maintain my cool because I didn't want to get all out of character and worked up for this video, but nah, bro, like Ricari, hop in my phone again and see what the fuck happens. Woo! Next story, broke nigga number 2. This one's a bit more recent and a bit more ridiculous, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Another old friend of mine hits me up after we hadn't talked in maybe like 2 years at this point. And just a disclaimer before I go further, this is a woman, and me and her have been platonic. It's always like it was just never like that between me and her. But from what I remember on how things went, she ended up getting a boyfriend, you know, the relationship kind of just split between us because, you know, like that just kind of happens sometimes, and ultimately I didn't even take it that personal and I didn't even put that much thought behind it. But I'd say a couple months ago at this point, she hits me up and she's like, yo, I got into this car wreck and it wasn't my fault. I'm still waiting on the money from that, and my brother put my hands on me. This other dude did some unspeakable sexual things to me that a lot of stuff was going on. And basically she was just trying to find a place to stay, somewhere to be safe, get back on her feet, and then be back out on her way. And at the point in asking me, I had a respiratory infection, my truck broke down, I was behind on my bills, and ultimately I just didn't want to be around people. But ultimately, this is somebody that I'd been friends with for multiple years at this point. So I sent her the contact info of one of our mutuals, and I'm like, yo, she just got a new place. Maybe she could help you out. And I'd say from there, maybe a week passes by, and I'm at work one night, and this girl just starts blowing up my phone again in the middle of me working. She's calling me, texting me, please help, come get me, this, that, and the third. And I hit up my mutual friend that I, linked her to begin with, and I was like, yo, did you talk to her? Were you able to help her any, do you know what's going on? She's like, yeah, I talked to her, but ultimately I couldn't help her out but so much because I already have everything going on with my new place, me, the baby dad, the baby, the dogs, this. She had enough on her plate. But this is where things get tricky. She was like, I wouldn't help her out if I were you though, because she had some crazy shit to say about you. So I'm taking the fuck aback at this point, because the fuck did I do? She's like, oh yeah, last time I saw her, she said you was thirsty, weird, you was trying to break up her relationship, you were a bad friend, this, that, and the third. So at this point, I really had enough going on in my day. So I was like, you know what? I got time. And I asked her about it. I hit old girl up and I'm like, yo, our friend says that you was talking crazy about me last time you saw her. What's up with that? And just like that, the switch flipped. She blows the fuck up on me, says I'm irrelevant, unattractive, poor, can't get no pussy, and I should take my own life. And I could post all the screenshots of all the vulgar stuff she said about me. I could post all the screenshots of the stuff she said in the past when she was just honestly trying to get in my pants. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to poke holes in everything that I just listed. You're calling me poor, but you're begging me for a place to stay. No, I'm irrelevant, but you reached out to me. No, I'm unattractive, but when I was in your apartment, you was showing me your bare ass, trying to show me how thick you had gotten. No, you said I can't get no pussy, but when I left your apartment and got it somewhere else, you called my phone crying over 30 times. No, but I don't think 2 stories is enough here. I don't think I can properly exonerate my disdain for broke niggas without a third one. So let's get into it. A few years back, my ex-girlfriend gets a new man, my high school sweetheart. And at the point in time that she got this new guy, we had been years removed. We were friends. Everything was cool. So cool to the point that I recently got her a new job at the place I was working at for the second time. Then sadly, some not so good things starts happening in her family. She gets kicked out of her parents' place. And I was still living in my mom's crib at this point. But even my mom was like, hey, if she needs a place to stay, we got a room. Like, my mom knew the girl. She knew that, I still cared about the girl. It was all good if she needed it. And she declined this because her man didn't have a place to stay either. And she didn't want to leave him alone out in the streets. Mind you, at this point, I'm 20, 21 years old. She's 20, 21 years old. This nigga's in his 30s. Not only was this nigga getting kicked out of his parents' place in his 30s with no other place to stay, this nigga didn't have no car. And not only was he in his 30s getting kicked out of his parents' place with no other place to stay and no car, the nigga didn't have a job. So at this point, me, who's working extra hours, learning how to invest, this, that, and the third, house shopping to buy the house that I'm in currently, I hate this nigga off rip. Because as a guy who was raised by his grandfather, I watched my grandfather get hip surgeries and knee replacements and still climb up on our roof and still try to fix a leak. I hate a nigga that don't work. Put that aside for a second. Some time passes by and it's come to a moment where me and her boyfriend are meeting. And in all honesty, bro is not a bad guy. Arguably a cool guy. We chopped it up a bit. We talked about music and anime and other things that I enjoy. And ultimately, I didn't see much wrong with this character. Outside of being a broke nigga. But he wasn't a bad person. Couple days pass after that, ex-girlfriend hits me up and she's like, I gotta block you. So at this point I'm like, here we fucking go again. May I please get an explanation? She's like, oh, well, he said that he didn't feel that comfortable around you because he could tell that you just had such a problem with him. So I'm like, he's upset that I have a problem with him, but he's not upset at himself for dating a girl 10 years younger than him with no fucking job. I don't fucking get it. This is why I be saying I hate broke niggas. You niggas have your 2 cents and opinions about this and that, and it's never anything about yourself. You never take the time to fix yourself. Like I said at the beginning of the video, being poor is fine. Some niggas just don't have money. I know I fucking don't. I'm not gonna hate you for that. But if you are a broke nigga and you're watching this, please, please, I implore you, fix yourself. Fix yourself before you get in a relationship. Fix yourself before you try to reproduce with somebody and make another broke nigga. And most importantly, fix yourself before you ever try fucking disrespecting me. That's all I got for this video. I just got my AC fixed. My house was 90 degrees this weekend, so I'm glad to be back. Yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Outro.
Two things I ain't ever seen. A nigga that beat a gun.